ready, mate.
Okay. Welcome to the Ronline Report. Today we have a very special guest all the way from the United Kingdom by way of Portugal. He just won the 212 division at the Chicago Pro. Please welcome Ricardo Correia. Ricardo, thank you for being here today.
Listen, I want to thank you guys to bring me over. It's like my life just turned around like in a space of 3 or 4 days. So thanks to MD to bring me over to do this interview right here.
Okay. So let's learn a little bit about you, because I don't know much about you, and I'm sure a lot of people don't. So let's let the education begin. Where are you from?
I'm like a ghost.
Tell me about that. Where are you from?
Well, my parents is original from Cape Verde. It's a small island in Africa. But I'm born in Portugal, and I was there till about my 20s, and then I decided to move over to England when I was about 21, 22. And a lot of people, I remember a lot of people used to think I used to train back home when I was in Portugal, when actually I never even touched weights. I used to be a soccer player. And I was so bored and cold in England, so I tore myself up. You know, being black, you know, we got a warm blood, so I decided, listen, if I carry on this way, I will disappear in this country. So I decided, hit the gym out. Yeah, you know, it's a lot to say about me, but we're going through the interview and people get to know me better for sure.
Okay. So when did you first become interested in bodybuilding?
Actually, my real brother, he was already training when I moved to England. I was in a different city and I decided to move in the city he was on. It's the city I still live in now. It's Peterborough. It's a small town near Cambridge, right? And my brother was like, you're not doing much, so why not join me to have a session? I was like, I don't even like to lift weights. So I say, okay, let's have a go. So, you know, he kept insisting me to do it. I was like, let's go. And there you go. He starts from there. I was training with my brother for about a year and a half.
Yep.
And you see, as you know, you train yourself, and you know, you start getting motivated by the change you can do in the gym and the science behind the food, etc., and the protein powders and all the supplementation. And it's kind of challenging by just change the physique. I even never thought about competing.
Yeah.
Right. So I was in a gym and was few guys was already into bodybuilding. Good friends of mine still in the city. I get to see them often. They even compete themselves.
Yeah.
He's a guy called Nabil and another guy called Rob Ronaldo. So they keep insisting for me to train. And at the time I was like, nah, I just want to train for myself. I used to go out every weekend for a couple of drinks with my friends. It was all about chicks, you know, them young age, right?
Sure. Yep.
And I remember this guy Rob Ronaldo was like, okay, let's try, just do a show. He chased me for about a year. I said, nah, I don't want to put them funks on, and I can't do them things.
Well, Ricardo,
said,
let me back up here. I mean, most guys, when they
but
start training, nothing special happens. But, you know, I've talked to many pros over the years. And usually the case with a guy like yourself and all these other pros, with the type of genetics you have, you do get better results, and people notice right away. Was that what was happening with you? They saw somebody with potential?
I tell you what, since I used to play soccer, I always had calves. You know, it's hard to see a black dude with the calves. So I always have calves. People used to mention the calves. I even remember I used to eat junk food every day, and I always had abs. You know, for some reason, I always was ripped. I was just a skinny lad. So as soon as I hit the gym, literally, I was improving even without eating properly. So even what the guys used to tell me, like I was genetic gifted, I was able, even if I was doing it wrong, I was still able to improve.
Right.
And genetic does play a big part of this game.
Yeah.
He starts from there, and no one comes up to anyone and say you have potential to compete. And I had loads of people to tell me that. It was just not on me. I didn't have that on me to go into competitions, etc. It took me a while.
Yeah.
The guy actually had to chase me for a year to make me step on stage. Wow. You see the hell of a work it was, you know.
So what was your first show like? Was it a good experience for you?
I done. I remember I done this I'm lying. I done a NABA show, my first show.
Yeah.
And I remember I come fourth, if I'm not wrong, in novice.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the scariest thing of my life. I remember to see all these guys pumping up, put a ton on, and I'm like, hey, I have to pull these things on. And the guy was helping me out, Rob Reynolds at the time. He helped me out. He put a ton on, pump up. Now, by the time I stepped on stage, I froze. It was like everyone was looking at me.
Yeah.
Basically, I wanted to turn it back and run and put my clothes on and go home.
Yeah.
And I got into the stage. If you see them pictures, you're just going to laugh your head off. Oh, unbelievable. Actually, I think I post few on Instagram. Okay. I was trying to hide them for a couple of years, but it's got to a point. I was like, I need to show people where we start from, because people just realize, like, they just actually give you credit to when you're at the top, but they don't know the struggles you're going through to get to that stage. You know, no one starts at the top. We all start at the bottom. And the struggles a sacrifice you have to make to get to the top, people have no idea unless you do it. Right?
Do you remember what you weighed at your first show?
I know in kg, I don't know in pounds. So
get my calculator out.
My friend, you better do it, because you're gonna laugh your head off.
How many kilograms?
I was when I first started competing, I was around 68, 69 kilos.
Okay, so here we do 68 times 2.2.
Yeah.
You were 149 pounds.
149 pounds. Woo. Oh my God.
What do you weigh now?
You know,
what do you weigh now? Do you know?
When I weigh in at the weigh in Chicago, I was exactly 212.
Wow. Okay.
But let's put this way.
Yeah.
Let's break down this way. I was in kg, not in kg, not in pounds. Actually weighed in pound at the time because I was close to the show. Because the whole prep, I just started weighing myself 2 weeks out from the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
I decided to go back. How I look, how I feel, and tweak my diet day by day. Yeah. So 2 weeks out, I trained myself because I had no idea and I could miss the weigh-in. So I decided to weigh. It was about 217. 2 weeks before Chicago.
It's a good thing you checked.
This actually was a good thing because I was in about 8 meals at the time.
Yeah.
So I had to drop 1 meal. I had to pass all my carbs before my workout, and after workout was literally just protein and fats. Yeah. That's exactly what I had to do to make sure I lost a couple of pounds. By the time I flew from England to Orlando, Chicago, and I weighed myself, was about 214.
Okay.
The day of the show, I had to go to the gym before I weigh in because I had no scales in my room, because I go even pretty late in here after 30 hours fly because I missed my connection flight.
Yeah, I heard you had a really rough time getting to Chicago.
My girlfriend kept in my toes. I swear the credit goes to her on that case because I would lose it. When I weighed in, it was about 1 p.m. I went 1 p.m. to the gym and I weighed myself. I was 213.7. I was like, damn. But I wasn't scared at all. I'm going to sweat it out. I'm still going to go to the toilet another 2 or 3 times. By the time I weigh in, I already dropped that. It's not even 2 pounds. So it's easier to lose that. When I weighed in, I was 212. The day of the show, I was 209 before I left the room.
Perfect.
So I was really pleased with that kind of weight because last year on my pre-debut.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If I tell you what happened, you'll be afraid.
Well, I want to get to that. I want to get to that for sure. But just, I want to back up to that story. I saw one interview. You said something like by the time you got to Chicago, because of all the misconnects and everything, you hadn't slept for like 40 hours. Is that right?
It's a bit less than that. It was roughly about 32 hours.
Ooh. So you must have been tired.
I was something kept me going for some reason. My girlfriend was so tired. I was even feeling sorry for her. I was like, "Do you want to stay in the room? I go do the shopping. I coming back, and I go to the gym." And she was like, "No, I come with you. No, I'll go your back. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go." She insisted to come. So the first thing I do my shopping. I had to go back to the room, get Uber, go to the gym, get some blood in the system. If I'm telling the process I've done. So I trained, and I felt a bit after training. I felt good, but I felt a bit flat because nothing was flowing in the muscle. So I decided to go to McDonald's and get I can't remember. I get 2 Big Macs or 1 Big Mac. I get 2 Big Macs. I had 2 Big Macs at a time. So I feel like at the night I was playing with the water while I was flying back here. So I knew I'm not gonna hold water because it was no water in the muscle, so I couldn't get a good pump osmosis to take the stress out.
Right.
And I put that 2 Big Macs in. I went to bed. When I woke up, was a total different person. I was a lot fuller, condition. I had to trick a little bit. My girlfriend is very critique. She actually was the one pushed me to a different level because at the time for me it was the best I ever looked. So I was already pretty pleased, but she was just making sure I don't leave no stones unturned. She pushed me to the limit. You still holding what in your glutes? You still hold? I was like, oh my God, what else do you want me to do? I'm the best I can be. I was like, okay. One thing with me, I learned with everyone. I was like, okay, let's push it a little extra, see what's going on. So we carry on the process, I weighed in, etc. So we had the last meal on the day was steak, chips, and another burger.
Okay.
And I had a beer of white wine. When I woke up on a Friday, I don't even recognize myself.
Wow.
I was like, I was trying to wake up my girlfriend. I was like, you need to say this. But she's so tired. She was like, I'll see in a minute. She went straight asleep. And I keep staring myself in the mirror. I was like, I never looked this good. I nearly was falling in love with me at the time. So, yeah. So, was a good friend of ours. You probably know him, Hector. He works for the Latino. He come
Hector
over.
Mendoza.
He's like, this is it. Yeah. So he come over. He was like, oh my God. He didn't literally. He was well surprised the way I looked. He was like, wow. And I was already pleased. I said to him, I feel as a winner just by improving from my pro debut to the show. I come with no expectations of any results. I was already happy and pleased by the improvements I've made. That's what bodybuilding is about. Feeling good on your own skin, made the improvements you have to make. After that, you cannot control. The judge is the one who's going to make the decision. He's there to do the job.
Yeah.
Whatever deals give me, I was already pleased because they know what they're looking at. They know people's weakness. They know everything. I cannot take control of their job. I can control me. I cannot control anybody. And I think the reason I done better is because I had no stress. I had no stress at all. I was so relaxed. I was having jokes with Charles Dixon, Tricky Jackson, Derek from New York. We was just having a good time backstage, like little 16 years old kids. And it just worked out a lot better because I didn't put stress on myself.
You know, it's kind of interesting that, you know, I've heard of you. I know you're pretty good, but when we're talking about we looked at the list of the competitors going into that show. You see Charles Dixon, you see Tricky Jackson, you see Alex Cabernero. You see some names that you expect to do
And
really well, so there's no expectations on you to really do well. There was no
was about
pressure.
that's what I was telling people, even some of my friends. I said, you guys don't realize I was against about 6, 7 Olympians.
Yeah.
People don't realize that these guys have mega experience. Charles Dixon is a top 6, top 7 Olympian.
Yeah.
Right. Alex Carbonero won so many pro shows.
Yeah.
You know, I used to follow them all. This is people been winning. This is people been in Olympia stage. Alex is a top 10 Olympian. So people is not the names like Flex Lewis or Rosé or Samuel Adado kind of thing, but they still very good athletes, very competitive athletes. You know, is them guys. Anyone leave the door open, they squeeze right through.
Yeah.
So you have, and I was the short black dude in a corner. Nobody knows. He's just that ugly dude in a corner. Who is that guy in there? Oh, he's just a cleaner out there. Just, you know. So it was a big surprise because one of the guys does know me is Bolo Jax, and again he's another Olympian. He's a good friend of mine. And Bolo Jax was tried to sweep me up since the weigh-in. He was, dude, you looking like that, you're already a winner. And I was like, this is your trick to beat me up. You done in Tampa. You said that's the second time. I'm not gonna fall into that.
Yeah.
I said you tried to sweep me up. So what happened was he actually was right, and he came up to me even before I went on stage. And he said, "You got it." And I was like, I got it what? He was like, "You got it." I said, you tricking me again. I said, I ain't gonna listen to you. So we went shots after shots, shots after shots, shots after shots. And I was in the middle. I didn't go moved, but my attitude was all the same. I was very professional. I'm a very energetic person. I give all I got, and I want to put in a good show. If you see in the crowd, you want to see some excitement. And that's me. I like to put a lot of energy into the shows. I do for myself. Yeah. I do for the crowd, for people who spend money to come supporting us. The judge, they want to see a show. Yeah. They don't want to see someone just literally don't want to put no effort. You know? I died for about 18 weeks for this show. I got one day to prove and show my hard work. Yeah. And I'm going to be lazy on stage. That's my time to give what they want. This is my time to show the world what I worked on. So whatever comes, you're already a winner. So that's all I did. I put my energy into the show. I had good times, good memories. And I was like, I'm in Tricky Jackson retirement show. Yeah. This is a guy I used to look up to when I used to open the magazine before I even start bodybuilding. Yeah. And Tricky Jackson was there. I used to watch his routines. I said, before I retire, make sure you teach me all these posing routines because I'm going to make some dollar out. Yeah. You know, it's interesting.
I mean, you got a lot of good feedback on, well, I've always heard you have the best routines. I just watched one of your guest postings on YouTube, and you definitely do put some effort into it, and you do try to make it really entertaining beyond what the normal competitor does. So I think that's cool.
Thanks,
the fans appreciate that because these shows can get boring. There's a lot of competitors to look at. So
this is the thing. I'm a people's person. Always been since I got educated that way. I grew up that way, and I even talk too much, as you guys can see. Yeah. You know, it's a lot of energy on me. I like to give the time. I like to motivate people to do well. And I love to give time to other people. If I got the chance to motivate, to change other people's life, it doesn't cost me anything. Yeah. I'll give my time. As long as I got time, I'll give my time. You know, if people have seen on social media, I tend to reply almost to everyone I can, as much as I can. I'm always, whatever people ask me, or I'm always there to try to give the best answer. I'm not going to be a prep coach, but 1 or 2 tips is not going to hurt me at all.
Right. Where did the Rude Boy nickname come from? Because that's got to be a story.
The Rude, he actually is a rude name, Rude Boy as a nickname, and Shit the Bed as a phrase. So let's start from the Rude Boy.
Okay.
The Rude Boy, because I get questioned, I get asked a lot about the Shit the Bed. The Rude Boy comes, you probably know, he's a great bodybuilder. For me, in England, I can't. He's my idol, you know. So he's Sean Joseph Tavernier. He's the guy in 2011 come fifth in Olympia. He done the Olympia, was he won. He was fifth and was rookie of the year. Even was the year Ronnie Sean Roden done his first Olympia, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think so.
And he was the guy been pushing me and still in my corner, support me a lot. And he's a family, he's a brother to me. So he's still, even the day of the show, I had Sean, had Flex, I had loads of top athletes show me support and wanted me to do well at the show.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful to them guys, for real. You know, and Sean used to say, every time he's on stage, he was like, rude boy physique, rude boy physique, rude boy physique, rude boy physique. He kept on saying that until everyone starts saying rude boy physique. But it's funny, every time I speak to people, they're like, oh, they call you rude boy, but you know rude? I'm like, it's just a nickname, it's just a nickname. He's like a bodybuilder. If you're considered because you have muscle, it doesn't mean you're a bad person or you're gonna hurt someone. It's just your job, you know. So sometimes people can take it the wrong way, the rude boy thing, the rude boy nickname.
What was the other part of it? Shit the bed?
The shit the bed. He's a friend of mine. Every time I used to squat, I used to kill myself. I used to lay down on the floor. And then every time he used to do leg, any other body part he used to do, he's never there. But when it was leg day, for some reason, he used to come to the gym. And he was like, dude, make sure you don't shit the bed. I was like, okay. And then he used to say so often, he got to the point, my training partners at the time said, you need to keep this phrase because it's too funny. So I started doing a couple of videos and stuff throwing in there. And people used to love it because they used to find it hilarious. They shit the bed? What the hell is that? So guess what? That's my phrase now. Sometimes people don't even know my name. They just call me by shit the bed. So it stays.
Oh, man. So,
oh, well, can't help it.
I want to talk a little bit about your road to becoming a pro. So you started off with the British Championships. And just so the Americans out there need to know, it's very, very difficult in the UK to turn pro. You get one. There's one pro card a year that you guys get, correct?
To write my story. If I wasn't the guy at the toughest time ever, me and probably Rosie, the woman's physique.
Rosie, yeah.
Amazing. She's a good friend. I'm a big fan of Rosie. She's amazing. She's the future, right? Yeah. Me and Rosie, we come with the same struggles at the same time in the same year. It wasn't real, but it was like God testing us, how far and how much can we take.
Yeah.
And our start competing UKBFF is like a NPC or IFBB, what you wanna call from America, is our IFBB. I started competing in 2009.
Yeah.
I done one show, and then I took a year off in 2010, and then I decided to come back to the federation in 2011. So I started progressing in there. I come third on that year in the British final.
Yeah.
And then the following year I decided to gain my weight, improve my physique. And then an Arnold Classic in 2012. Yeah. I come third in 2012, Arnold Classic. And the following week I went to the British. And all I wanted was to be a light heavy British champ.
Yeah.
As I was able to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's possible to win the overall. I was looking into the winners. I was looking to the winners of heavyweights and super heavyweight. And I was like, it's possible to turn pro now.
Yeah. And
the problem is I put so much expectations on me. I went up to go to the overall. And Anthony Bales, you probably know, is one of the 212 professional athletes.
What's his name?
Alf Bales.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Bales. He
Yep.
won that year.
Yep.
Alf Bales won that year. I was so disappointed because I thought I got it. Blah blah blah. I went up to Alf Bales. I spoke to him and I said, I think I had it. And he said, it's apple and orange. We don't know what judge is looking for. He made his point as he was right. But until now, I think for that, if I had won that year,
Yeah.
He would get to my head. I probably would end up with the ego. Except he made me a better bodybuilder because I remember I was like, damn, I was crying backstage like a girl, and I was like, I got another year to go, and this and that, and I had to put myself out there.
Yeah.
So I trained hard. I went to the British the following year, and I'm glad I went on my way that time. And I was competing, again too, and overall. Sasson, a good friend of mine, he come fifth at New York Pro this year.
Yeah, he's really good.
Amazing. I'm a big fan of Sasson. There you go. We're good friends. We chat almost every day. I wish the best for that guy. He's such a humble guy. You know, he's always a good friend. Dave T. He's a guy who's sponsored by USN. Dave Titan. Another great friend of mine. I went against them too, and I was able to win the pro card overall. I was all excited about it. But what happened was, I'm a Portuguese citizen. So a lot of people start getting noise. I can't blame the federation because those people outside go all jealous because I won the pro card. I can't understand when someone wins, he wins.
Yeah.
But they wasn't happy about it for some reason. They was making sure a Portuguese citizen doesn't win a British title. So I literally was up and forward the situation. It took me about 2.5 years to get a pro card.
Wow. Well, let me ask you this. They should have stopped.
Yeah,
why did they even let you? You know, it's a similar situation in the U.S. You have to be a U.S. citizen to compete in the USA, the Nationals, certain pro qualifiers. And I assume for the British Championships, you have to be a British citizen. So
yeah. He's exactly basically. I was already competing for with the federation for basically 4 years.
Yeah.
I took 2010 off, but 4 years I was an FBB. Was more the pressure everyone got into the federation by me being Portuguese.
Yeah.
I can't blame anyone. And again, that 2.5 years was like a test to me. It was like, how much can you take? How professional you are, or how further can you go? I carry on. One thing I would have said, they can take everything, but they cannot take my physique. They can't take my passion for bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So I carry on doing exactly what I was doing. I was tricking my diet. Basically, I started doing my own thing, prepare my body until the pro card would come at some point. I flew to Bill Turney is the president of UKBFF.
Yeah.
He's one of the FBB judge. He said in June in 2015 or 16, I'm going to take you to Spain and you're going to see Rafael Santoya and he's going to make the decision.
Wow.
Luckily, I was in shape because when I go in Spain was Amateur Olympia. Rafael made me strip off in front of every judge to see if I deserve to be a pro.
Wow.
I was like, oh my God, if I was coming in a fat season, I would have been done by then.
Wow.
So I strip off in there. I hit the front double and the side chest.
Huh.
And he went, just put your shirt on.
Wow.
I was like, it's done? Yeah, just put your shirt on. I put my shirt on. He just shook my hand. No many words. You can catch your flight, you can go back home. I was like,
Wow.
huh? I'm there like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So Bill told me, relax, just go home. I'll give you a call. And in the same night, as soon as he texted me, he said, you got it. He likes you. I was in tears. I was like, damn, the dream come true.
Wow.
So, and I started prepping in 2016. I had the tough road to do a Tampa because when I first started, I was about to do Chicago.
Yeah.
Not, sorry, I was about to do Dallas with Rosie. And then I wasn't ready. I stopped prepping for Chicago. I wasn't ready. I was like, I have to do the last qualify. At the time, I was working with some coach. And I go in Tampa. The week before, I think I looked the best I ever looked at the time.
Yeah.
The week of the show, everything just went wrong. And I remember being backstage, I couldn't even get pumped. I was like, damn, I look terrible. And my girlfriend, Nikki Jensen, was trying to make me feel good. Oh, you look good. I was like, nah, I know myself. I look shit. I'm honest. I said, I don't lie to myself. I look crap. I look like trash. I wasn't upset at all. I was against guys like Askenani, Bolo Jax, all the top guys.
Yep.
So I went to stage. all I was thinking that is nothing I can do. At least I can have my Cheesecake Factory. We don't have back home. So yeah, so I done the show. Congratulate Askenani, really nice guy, and he's doing amazing.
That was his pro debut.
If people think I start, this was my second show and I qualified for the Olympia. If everyone think I had a good start, just look at the Askenani profile. You want his pro card, you go straight in the same year, go straight to his pro debut. You win his show. He's go to the Olympia, second in Olympia in the first show, goes to Honor Classic champ.
Yes.
He doesn't get better than that. The only thing is scary. He can't go further than that. The only target he has right now is flex.
Yep. Yeah.
So there's no room to build it up. He has the best bodybuilder in front of him. Just one.
Right.
Damn. That's a scary thing because I don't know, he's good titles, etc. But when you start from the bottom, you used to build it up slowly, but he's right on the top. He just has one man to beat.
Yeah.
And it has to be the ginger ugly flex. Oh my God. I can call him that. We're good friends.
What do you call him, ugly?
Oh, he's the ugliest guy in his family.
Oh boy.
I said, Luke, his brother, is a better looking than Flex. He doesn't take it. I think he's going to shoot me at Olympia.
So you're headed to the Olympia. This will be your first Olympia. And you've known Flex for many years, right? Flex Lewis?
So many years. Flex I remember in 2010 was a Body Power Expo. I saw Flex far away. I was like, I'm not even going to get close. It was so scary. I was like, damn, that's the best 212 guy right there. And Flex called me over. I was like, damn, what's going on in here? And he come up to me and said, dude, you have a lot of potential. You have a lot of potential. You can do good things in the sport. And in 2011, Flex come watch the British title. For some reason, he was in UK.
Yeah.
And he has a good friend called Jordan. He's one of the Flex good friends. And he said, he texts Flex, you need to see this dude. He has a lot of potential. When Flex comes to the final, Flex was like, oh, that's you. They told me, I remember you from Body Power. And since then, Flex has been a guy in the corner, give me so much advice about how to stay healthy, how to conduct myself in bodybuilding, to motivate me all the time. It doesn't take any credit at all. So Flex is the humble champ. He's the model of 212. He's the image of bodybuilding. As if I put Flex right there. He's something real. Sorry about the noise. I'm still in the Starbucks.
That's a motorcycle. But
That's the only place to get Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's the only place you get a Wi-Fi.
That's cool. Now, do you think anybody can beat Flex? I mean, there's a few Ashkenani fans who come on the MD boards who they're convinced that Ahmad's going to...
Just one guy can be Flex.
Flex.
Just one guy can be Flex. You know
Who's
who?
that?
Flex.
Yeah.
As long as just if it comes off, is the only way you're gonna get through. Flex to 12 weeks out. Did you see how it looks like?
Yes.
I think everyone start fighting for the second place.
Exactly.
You know, when you start a show, you're just thinking, yeah, I'm gonna be the champ of the losers.
Yeah. Well,
You have to fight with the Flex. Is too anything is possible in bodybuilding.
yeah.
And if you don't have that drive and try to beat everyone in the day, you're not doing your job. But Flex is just ahead of everyone. He has mass on top of mass. I question him loads of that. How the hell can you squeeze in that 212 class? Because when I weigh in, I was literally 212.
Yeah.
And I'm off for the size of Flex. I struggle to make weight. But he's just a midget anyway. He's just a dwarf. So that's the only way he gets it.
Oh man. So you mentioned Nikki. Your
My girlfriend.
girlfriend is a bikini pro, correct?
Yeah. Oh, you got it straight away. Yeah, she's IFBB Bikini Pro. She's right here next to me.
She can pop in if she wants. Say hi. But
You wanna pop in? You wanna say hi, Nikki? Come say hi. Come say hi. We make you famous. Make sure you fix the makeup. Don't make me look bad again.
I want to make sure she gets credit because she plays a big role in all this for you, correct?
She plays a big role. She can't hear anything. One sec. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Nikki, what's up? So, what part do you play in Ricardo's bodybuilding career? You know, what do you do for this guy?
The backbone of Ricardo. I teach him all his posing, everything. No, I'm only joking. No, it's like a team effort because we both compete. I think you kind of get it, and you understand the lifestyle, because it is a day-to-day thing that we live and work and breathe the sport, because it's IPT as well. So it's like, this is what we do. This is how we make our living. So I realise how important it is. So things like having your food ready on time, making sure that it's done the way that you like it. Although it's like only simple foods because it's prep food, it's got to be done properly. And if something's not, if people don't understand that if you haven't got something in the house when you need it at a certain time, especially when you're so close to a comp, missing that meal, even if you have to go out to the shop for half an hour to get something, makes a difference and affects the rest of your day. So I help him. I make sure everything's done in the morning so that it's weighed out and it's ready, so that he can just pick it and go. Really,
just like a babysitter.
Yeah, like a babysitter.
That's a keeper right there.
Yeah, no, it's so important. It's like the basics, isn't it, of everything?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is why I don't know if you saw some of my interviews when people went, "You won the show." I'm like, I didn't want the show. My team won the show. I could not win that show with the sport I have back home, with my sponsors, with friends, with my girlfriend, etc., etc. It's a long road. It's so many people being support me to get to Chicago is unreal. It even comes to the butcher. Yeah. The butcher makes sure he brings the food to my house. He literally texts me saying, "Ricardo, you at home? You need anything? I'll bring you right now." And I'm like, my God.
Wow.
This is how much people want to help me to get to my goals. Well, it's unreal.
I'll give him props with this, because I think it's half of the reason why people want to help him so much is because of his attitude towards it. Yeah. Because he does genuinely, I'm not just saying that because I would tell the truth. He can be a pain in the arse at times. Sure. Trust me. But in general, he's got such a nice positive vibe about him, and he always sees the good in stuff. So even in the gym, obviously a week out from the show, you're tired, you're probably not in the mood, but he's making time to still be, if people come over and talk and want to obviously ask you about what you're doing, all that kind of thing, he's still being happy and not being grumpy, and it does make a difference, you know, rather than, because most people, I know what I'm like, sometimes a week out from the show, you can't be bothered, but he has been so positive, and that's why people respond so well to him and want to help him. So it's like a cycle, really. So it is a team effort, but he is bringing the goodness to him as well.
Yeah. But Ron, one question.
Yes.
How can you understand the Portuguese
and a Scouse?
In a Scouse?
In the what?
A Scouser.
She's from Liverpool. How can you understand her?
The same place as Nathan Diasha.
Yeah, Nathan Diasha. You see, you see that accent?
The Beatles too, but
yeah, that's it. You might need a subtitle.
So you're saying she's harder to understand than you?
No, I'm not.
Nah, actually, she's easier.
I mean, I can
I'd speak English, man.
you speak very good English. It's way better than my Portuguese, I'll tell you that. So, okay. All right, Nikki, if you don't mind giving him back the headphones, I just got a couple more questions for them. I'm going to set him loose for you. Thank you, Nikki. Appreciate it very much.
I think Ron just fall in love with me.
Yeah, you're a cool guy, man. But, so the Olympia is it a little less than 8 weeks away now? How far are we?
Hey, man, you good at calculating? Damn.
No, not really, but I think it's about 8 weeks, right?
I think right now is just under 11 weeks.
Oh, is it that far away? So what do you do?
Let's say 10 weeks.
You're in contest condition right now. You just competed. You have 11 weeks. What do you do? How do you space this out properly so you can peak again perfectly September 15th, 16th?
You think I even thinking about that right now?
Probably not.
I'll be in Vancouver this weekend. Someone has to deal with my short black ass again.
So you're gonna win another show. Okay, cool.
Well, I'm going to Vancouver. The problem is for us Europeans to fly out here, we need to plan the trip. And when we plan the trip, we're doing Chicago, Vancouver the following week, so we're doing back-to-back show.
Yeah.
So we need to sort all the flights out before we coming in. You cannot come in and try to book a flight because it will cost us a lot more.
Yeah.
So we plan the trip, come to Chicago, from Chicago to Vancouver, and then on the 10th July we go back home.
Okay.
So I never was expecting to in Chicago either way.
Right.
But for me, I'm a competitive person.
Yeah.
And to build my profile together with other people, I would do for Vancouver no matter what. I still do winning or winning, it don't matter. I'm there for the show. I'm there for the bodybuilding, the passion bodybuilding, giving people putting a good show. Yeah. So even me winning Chicago, I'll do exactly or even better as I did in Chicago because I'll put my best to the show. That's bodybuilding. You need to test yourself, get the best, and be better you can be. Put in a show for the people come over to watch. And I've never been in Canada, so I heard good things. Well, I'm not going there because some of the guys you already qualified, so just focus on Olympia.
Right.
I was thinking to myself, so I'm gonna pay another ticket from Chicago. Will cost me and Nikki $1,400 to go back home when I can get probably another payday in there. Have a good time, get to see the city, see the culture, get to meet loads of people, and go back. And guess what? Another 2 things to top up, I'll be training with Regan in Canada.
Regan
so do you think I'll miss that? That's the future Mr. Olympia right there. That's what I've been calling him. I met him, amazing guy, humble champ with a lot of potential. I don't think even in his mind he can see how great he is. He's such a great athlete with a great attitude, with a long. He's gonna be and he's handsome too. So he's gonna be the face of bodybuilding. You can put that guy in a magazine. You can't put me in the cover of a magazine.
We're talking about
Too ugly for that.
Grimes, right?
Exactly,
okay,
exactly.
He's
the young kid.
The new MD that's coming out in a couple days. We got a story.
You see?
I did an interview.
You're not gonna put me. You're not gonna put me. With this, nothing can be fixed.
I saw the pic. Hector Mendoza that you were just talking about from ND Latino. You've been putting a couple of pictures on your Insta, on your social media. And the pictures came out great, I thought. Yeah.
He's such a good professional photographer. We become really close, especially this weekend. Yeah. He's been helping me loads. We've been helping. I like his attitude. He's been really nice. He's a proper hard worker. What I see in him, I see in me, because it's got to a point you have to give your best. Don't find an excuse. Don't blame other people for your laziness. So if you don't put yourself out there, who's going to invest in you?
Yeah.
Who's going to give you credit? So if people want to put their own limitations in other people, it's just an excuse to not do well. Oh, I haven't got time. Oh, I can't do it. That guy, I see him working.
Yeah.
He doesn't stop. And he worked the whole night, and he's still travel about 7-8 hours to go back home to Tennessee.
He drives.
Who does it?
He drives.
Who does it? I couldn't do it. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't do it. And when you see someone doing that, is because he's hungry. Nothing's going to stop him. Nothing's going to take him from the road. He's hungry to be one of the best. And with that work ethic, he's going to do really well. And he loves bodybuilding. So what else? It's a passion. So when you do with love, everything becomes a lot easier.
Yep.
So yeah, I love his work. I was even surprised the way it looked. When he sent me the pictures, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looked like a magazine.
Yeah.
You know, a fashion photo shoot, pretty much.
This is it. I said, man, you photo shoot me really well. You make me 10 pounds heavier.
So you got the Mr. Olympia coming up. I'm sure that's a show that you've been dreaming of for years, like any bodybuilder. So what's going through your mind as you're looking at first time on the Olympia stage in just a couple months?
Ron, literally, probably just last night, even when Nathan Diasha sent me a message, said, you wait till you put that jacket on, he's going to weigh about 50 kg. I was like, that's when I start realizing, damn, I'm going to be with the best bodybuilders in the world. I'm the first Cape Verdean Portuguese, the first one to get to the Olympia stage. I'm like a national hero right now, even representing the United Kingdom, but being a Portuguese. Everyone is just, I've been receiving message from Portugal, even from Brazil, because they speak the same language. They're going crazy because it's the first time ever a Portuguese guy qualified for the Olympia. So it's like the news. I think, when you have all its star in your city and everyone talks about, that's why I've been in Portugal. Incredible. And I've been having great support from all of them right there. So I can't really complain. I'm thankful and blessed with the support I've been getting all the way through to here. And my best is yet to come. I can do better than I did. But right now, I'm already a winner just to be stepping in with my idols on the best stage in the world, like Rosé, Flex, Sammy might do Vancouver, Tampa. I know he's coming. David Henry. I remember to do Dexter Jackson Classic in 2010, and I remember to see it's crazy. He's just dancing. He's like unreal. And Ricardo Correia.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't forget the other Correia.
Yeah, no, I'm a better looking. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
About that. He might doesn't like that. He might gonna hate me by saying that.
No.
And what else? Let's not forget the Japanese Ide
Yamagishi, yeah.
So you see, he's another one. Everyone leaves the door open, he gets right through. But I'm not even thinking about placing or anything. All I want is it's one thing I kept saying. One thing you can't take away is good memories, and I'm going to be able to say I was in the best stage with the best bodybuilders in the world.
Right.
How many people can say these things? True. But guess what? I love challenge. I'm going to keep trying to get better, try to squeeze in, squeeze through, and the better I get, if I can beat them, why not try to beat them? It all comes in a day. If they come a bit off, I'm going to try to squeeze in. So I'm going to make sure I'm the best I can be. And it's bodybuilding. That's what the beauty about bodybuilding. It doesn't matter how you look the week before. It doesn't matter how you look the night before. No one cares. Yep. All comes down to the day. And you miss something, you fall asleep, or you didn't drink too much water, you cut the water too much, rude boy is going to come. He's going to kick your ass.
Cool, man.
He's going to kick your backside.
Well, in the meantime, enjoy this victory. You just won a pro show. Enjoy the moment before you start thinking about Vancouver or Olympia or anything else.
Do you think I had time?
Huh? Yeah.
Do you think I had time to enjoy? I had one cheesecake only.
Damn it. After Vancouver, you can enjoy yourself a little bit more. But, So I want to congratulate you one more time. I want to thank you so much for being part of this. A lot of people were curious about who this Ricardo Correia guy is. Hopefully, everybody now you know a little bit about him. So
the black ghost from Chicago.
So thank you so much, and good luck next weekend in Vancouver.
Yeah, Let's before you cut it off, let's just thank you, my sponsors, Chronicle, Queen, Definition Gym, my physio Johnny Hans, Inclusive Fashion is I got sponsor of as you see these nice fashion clothing, but Americans they say they're too tight. They say that's a girl's clothing.
Too tight.
Too tight. I want to thank you, all my people in Peterborough. I want to thank you, everyone in Portugal, Cape Verde, Brazil, Guinea, all the people been support me. He's been incredible. I'm very thankful and blessed, and thanks to MD Latino too. You guys, you was patient with me. We've been trying to set this up for a few days, and I was just like everywhere at the same time. So thanks, Ronnie, for being patient with me too.
No problem. Appreciate you
Thanks
taking the time to do this in a Starbucks. So, all right, for the Ronline report, this has been our interview with Ricardo Rude Boy Correia. Check him out at Vancouver next weekend, and again at the Olympia in September.
Awesome. Thanks very much, everyone.